In 1947, the biggest Hollywood stars of the day formed the Committee for the First Amendment to fight a sweeping political crackdown on movie making during the McCarthy era. One of the founders was legendary actor Henry Fonda. Nearly 80 years later, Jane Fonda says those forces are back and she's picking up her father's torch. The actress and activist just announced a new committee with the same name to defend Hollywood free speech amid growing fears of government censorship and intimidation. More than 500 movie stars, producers, directors, and entertainers have signed on to join her. And here with me now is Jane Fonda. Thank you so much for being here. I do want to talk about something that you start with, what you wrote in this letter, because it's really striking. You wrote, "I'm 87 years old. I've seen war, repression, protest, and backlash. I've been celebrated and I've been branded an enemy of the state. But I can tell you this is the most frightening moment of my life." That's pretty chilling.
This is a very chilling time. You know, we've faced attempts at autocracy before in the 20s and 30s, and you've cited the example of McCarthyism. There was Jim Crow. This is different. And we should all be very scared, and the key is solidarity. And so that's why I thought to resurrect the spirit of the committee that was started in the 50s and included my father within the entertainment industry. This is contained within, we want to work cross-sectorally with other people because obviously a lot of other people are affected by what's happening. But our statement is when they come for one of us, they come from all of us. We're going to stand, I thought of this last night. We're going to engage in creative, non-violent, non-cooperation, CNN.
We'll take it.
Good, I knew you would.
You have been in the political crosshairs of presidents before. One was Richard Nixon. I know you've heard this, but I want our viewers to hear something that Nixon said. It came from the Nixon tapes, September 1971.
What in the world is the matter with Jane Fonda? I feel so sorry for Henry Fonda, who's a nice man. Yeah. Well, she really is. She's a great actress, and she looks pretty, but boy, she's often on the wrong track.
Well, look what happened to him, and I'm still here.
Yes, you are. He was talking about your anti-Vietnam War activism. You were on his enemies list, I believe. And so listening to that, knowing that history, living that history as you did, and you're still saying this is different, what makes this time so different?
No president has ever sent troops into the democratic cities across the country saying full force. No president, as far as I know, has tried to control the Federal Reserve, the central bank. He is amassing power in a way that will destroy our democracy. And so we're going to stand up. You know, we're creatives, we're storytellers. We can do it creatively. We can have a good time while we do it. But we want to push back, and we want to model what creative, nonviolent, non-cooperation looks like. That doesn't mean just showing up for people who are under attack, like Jimmy Kimmel. A lot of us signed that ACLU statement protesting what happened to Jimmy Kimmel. Mm-hmm. But we want to also we want to be proactive, and we want to show what that can look like, and we want to. Violence is not, we will not tolerate violence. We don't want any of that, but we want to move forward with love, with unity, with solidarity, and we want to encourage everybody else and all the other sectors of this country to do the same. You know, we don't want to be a pillar of support to this regime that's forming.
You have obviously been politically active for a very long time. You've spent a significant amount of time in Washington and known all kinds of leaders. How do you think the Democratic leaders are doing right now?
Not good enough. So along with this committee that has been launched today, and by the way, what is so exciting is that there's an exponential growth. People are signing up the minute they hear about it. You know, Sally Field, John Hamm, and others are signing up. So I think we're going to have a good group, and we're going to have fun doing it. But I also have a PAC, a climate PAC, that elects people all over the country, because I don't feel that our leaders are doing what they need to do. And if you can't change the people, change the people. That's what we're doing.
So and back to that, I just want to make sure I understand. So you're saying, obviously, you have these incredible people who have signed on to this, and we just showed a little bit of a scroll from, it's a cross-section of age and of the entertainment industry. Are you saying that you want to use your creativity and use the platforms that you have to push back? And if that's the case, what do you think about what has happened recently at Apple TV with this show, The Savant, which was indefinitely put on hold? Jessica Chastain plays a woman infiltrating online hate groups to stop extremist violence. Seems like that's the antithesis of what you're trying to do.
Yes, that's very recent, right? I'm not as up on that as I should be. I've been in France, as you pointed out. I just got back this morning. But yes, whenever our freedoms, our rights, our right to freedom of speech, freedom to protest, freedom to assemble, our constitutional rights are attacked, we'll stand up, and we'll stand up in solidarity. There's strength in numbers. And those in our industry who acquiesce to what's happening, they'll hear from us as well.
And what else are you hoping to do? I mean, just having this committee exist is a statement in and of itself. What else do you hope to do with the power?
This is our first statement. Well, this is a work in progress. This is our first statement. We've issued the statement. We're going to have webinars. We're going to learn about what is autocracy, how does it rise, and how do we defeat it. We're going to learn about the First Amendment and really understand what it is. There are certain times when freedom of speech is not allowed, like, you know, the classic example is you can't shout fire in a dark theater. We have to really understand the ecology of what it is we're dealing with. And so we're going to be educating ourselves, and we're going to be coming up with creative ideas. We're good at that.
Yeah, well, that is for sure. Speaking of, I can't have you and not give you my condolences for the loss of Robert Redford. I have to say, Our Souls at Night, if people haven't seen that, please go see it. It was just a fantastic movie that you did with him. And I
still can't believe it.
He would be definitely signed on to this letter if he were here.
He'd be the first to sign on. Yeah. Bless his soul.
Yeah. Jane Fonda, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks,
Really
Dana.
appreciate it.